My namaskaras to all the participants here. The Dhanteras, the day before the Narka Chaturdashi, that is Trayodashi, is considered as the Jayanti of Dhanvantari. That means in the churning of sea of milk, the Devatas and Rakshasas, when they were churning, so to get the Amrita, so first many important jewels and important deities have come out of that churning, and one among them is Lord Dhanvantari. The Dhanvantari is considered as the god of medicine. Yeah, this is today, as I should thank to the Srimati Swarnaji and all the important all the members who are actually facilitating this type of talk about Ayurveda. And today I will take up the brief introduction, because Ayurveda is one of the Vedas. It is Upaveda, or it is one of the Vedas. So covering every aspect of Ayurveda needs much more application and much more time also. And in that context, I would like here to introduce you the glimpses and the important aspects of Ayurveda, upon which we can have further talks and further discussions in detail in particular topics. So my next slide is, that is Lord Venkateshwara, where actually I come from, and it is abode, we just view here in Tirupati. So Vina Venkatesham Nanado Nanada, Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami. Next, Lord Dhanvantari. So just I was speaking about this. Lord Dhanvantari is a incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and he has come out of the churning of the ocean of milk. And you can specifically see that four hands, in four of the hands of Lord Dhanvantari, you have Ayurveda in one right hand, and the Kalasha, that is the Amrita Kalasha. Ayurvedam is also said to be Amrutam, but Lord Dhanvantari also come with that Amrita Kalasha, and in his left hand you can see that there are herbs. So the herbal medicine, he has whatever he has proclaimed is that herbal medicines, and due to that, in his hand the herbs are also seen. Of course, the Shanka is also seen on the next his right side, the upper right side. So Namami Dhanvantarim Adidevam Sura Surai Vandita Padapadmam Loke Jararub Mrityu Vinashanam Dataram Isham Vividaushadinam. So he is a actually has shown the way of using various herbs, Vividaushadis, to get the proper treatment of various diseases and disorders. So next, please. So here, let us see what is Ayurveda. Ayurveda, generally, if Veda means we think that there are four Vedas. So what is this Ayurveda? So here, the etymological meaning, if you see that Ayusha Veda iti Ayurveda, that means the science of life, Ayusha. Ayusha means from the period between the birth and death. So in between whatever the period is there, that is called Ayusha. And Ayusha's Veda, Veda is Vida Vijnanam. Vida Vijnanam iti dhatu. That means the root meaning of Veda is Vijnana. Vijnana means science or knowledge. So it is Ayusha's knowledge or Ayusha's science. So we can compare it to the life science or science of lifestyle. So from where this Ayurveda has descended, that is more important, because in our ancient period, we were having all the knowledge coded in the form of sutras. So those sutras were of four varieties, and they were embedded in four types of four Vedas. So Chaturvedam, we used to say. So, as we all know that Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. These four were the Vedas, and in which all the knowledge, the contemporary knowledge, or the knowledge from the beginning, from the incarnation of Lord Dhanvantari, or before that, because nobody knows the age of Vedas. So from that period onwards, all the knowledge, whatever the field it may be, that was embedded in coded language and coded sutras. So these Vedas are abhaurishyas. That means nobody, a single person has written that one. Only they are also called as smrutis. That means the person have to chant it and have to by heart it and have to pass to the next generation. So like that, it was coming on. So Apaurishyas are called the Vedas, and each Veda have got one or the other Upaveda, or its branch. It can be called as Upaveda, or it can be called a branch. Like that, Rig Veda has Dhanurveda, Yajurveda has got Gandharva Veda, Samaveda has got Stapatya Veda, that is architecture, and Atharva Veda, which is the latest of the four Vedas, it has got this branch of Ayurveda, the science of life. Because the Atharvaveda, you can find many principles and basic knowledge of the life, basic knowledge of the various medical techniques. So next slide, please. So as you know in this picture that Vedas are four and the Upaveda is Ayurveda. Next, please. So if you go through this, because this is not the direct topic of Ayurveda, but let us know from where to where the Rig Veda was there and how many actually the knowledge of Ayurveda was embedded in that. So that this period of Rig Veda is 1700 to 1100 BC, but we don't agree this. Actually, that maybe beyond that, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000 also, we can't say, but modern historians, they have fixed some dates, and that date is 1700 to 1100. So there is, sorry. So the names of the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, that is the basic ideology of our Ayurveda. That was actually mentioned in Rig Veda, and on that they also mentioned various these five elements that are Pancha Mahabhutas, air, fire, and water have also been symbolic. And based on these Panchabhutas and three doshas, the treatments of different ailments were also mentioned in Rig Veda. So next, please. And you can see that it also not only human, but also animal Mriga Ayurveda, that was also actually coded in the Rig Veda. Next, please. Then we have to see the Yajurveda. Yajurveda has two shakas, as we know, Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. The dates, what are the fixed by some of the authors, that is 1400 to 1000 BC. The human beings and animals have widely discussed the morphological structures, and many herbs are also discussed here. And medicinal properties of various herbs are also discussed in the Rig Veda. Next, please. Madam, next. Then let us see about the Samaveda. Samaveda, as we know, that it is a phonetic type of verses are there, and people just when they chant this, that will be just like singing. So, but in that Samaveda also, many principles of Ayurveda are also there. They have recorded that the bones are 360, and digestion, assimilation, and metabolism, and nourishment of the body is also discussed. And that is last one is Atharvaveda. We know that Atharvaveda is the mother Veda of Ayurveda. So Ayurveda has come down from the Atharvaveda. That is dated as 12th to 10th century. Many Ayurvedic scriptures are there. The mythological background of Ayurveda, anatomical structures, the pathological herbology, general medicine, minerals. Even minerals have come into existence by this time, and their properties, their applications, certain surgical methods are also given in Atharvaveda. That's how Atharvaveda is considered to be the Mula Veda of Ayurveda. After that, if you see that other earliest scriptures like Upanishads and Brahmanas, we find many items in these Upanishads and even Brahmanas also, even Shatpatha Brahmanas and all these structures, scriptures, we find the description of various Ayurvedic principles and Ayurvedic methods of treatment. Next, please. So on the whole, if you see that Ayurveda started right in the time of Vedas, but the actual Samhitas, the compendiums or these treatises of Ayurveda have actually dated back between the Upanishads and the Mahabharata and other Puranas. So between Upanishads and Puranas, if you see, take the time, that is the time for the writing of the Ayurvedic texts. Ayurvedic texts are there, Ayurvedic Samhitas are there. So those Samhitas have started to be written in this medieval period of after the Upanishads and before the Puranas. Next, please. So we have to skip. Next. 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 There are two schools of Ayurveda. One is the Kaya Chikitsa or the school of medicine, and the other one is Dhanvantari school or the school of surgery. So this first school, we call it as a Atreya Sampradaya. So this is actually proclaimed by Punarvasu Atreya. The Maharshi Punarvasu Atreya has wrote is a big Samhita, a compendium. It is dates back before the Puranas and after the Upanishads. So the language, the methodology of writing and everything looks like a Upanishad only, because there also the Shishyas will be sitting around the Guru and the Guru just giving the various sutras and the explanation of the sutras. So from Atreya Sampradaya, the Atreya Grantham or the Atreya Samhita, that is first written, and then it was rewritten or it was redacted or it was improvised by Agnivesha. Maharshi Agnivesha improvised it. His dates, now they are fixing at 1500 BC. And that Agnivesha's Tantra or Agnivesha's Samhita was again renowned by Charaka Maharshi, Acharya Charaka Maharshi. So that is popularly known as Charaka Samhita. So this Charaka Samhita is now also it exists, and depending on this Charaka Samhita only, we generally know all the knowledge, much of the knowledge of Ayurveda, particularly in the field of general medicine. And this Charaka Samhita again was Parisanskrita, that means that was again redacted, again improvised by Dridabala, whose dates are 200 AD. And after that, many, almost some 30 to 40 commentators were there who wrote their commentary and their explanation over the sutras of the Charaka Samhita. So all those things, all those books are also available, and many of them are not completely available. Some parts of those books are available and some parts are not available. So certain things are completely available, like Chakrapani Datta's Tika on Charaka Samhita is in full form. So that present day, all the physicians actually rely on this Chakrapani Datta's commentary on Charaka Samhita. So both Charaka Samhita and Chakrapani Datta's commentary together is now available, and that is called Charaka Samhita. Next, please. So other school of thought, that is Dhanvantari Sampradaya, one will tell it, and it is surgical specialty. It is started from the Dhanvantari Devodas. So he was a Kashi Maharaja, Kashi Raja, and his disciples were Shushruta and others. So the famous Shushruta Samhita was written by Shushruta under the guidance of Dhanvantari Devodas. Shushruta Samhita was again renowned and redacted by another Shushruta who was somewhat younger than the old Shushruta, and that was the period between 500 to 100 BC. And on this Shushruta Samhita, Dalhana wrote a very wonderful commentary. Like Chakrapani Datta was the main commentator of Charaka Samhita, here the Dalhana, who was between 400 to 600, his commentary is in full form and also available in the present days also. So this actually proclaims the surgical branch of Ayurveda. So Shalya, Shalakya, and Stri Balaroga, all these branches come under the surgical branches, and that is now, even now also, many of the surgical specialties are actually practiced. Next, please. Please, next. So actually how Ayurveda came to the earth, that is an important. This is the descendants of Ayurveda. Because it is said that Brahma, before making the universe and making the creature, he also kept ready with the, because he know that there in the future form, there will be all diseases and all dukkhas. The diseases are called as dukkhas, and there should be some remedy for that. So he already made it ready to be used, and that knowledge was in coded form with him, and he just passed it to Prajapati, that is Daksha Prajapati or other Prajapati, who are they supposed to be the sons of Brahman. And from him, the Ashwini twins, Ashwini Kumaro, because they were two devatas who were the official physicians and surgeons of the God's army. So they were actually holding the authority on this Ayurveda, and from them, Indra also learned it. Indra, though he was the king, but he was also knowing all the parts of Ayurveda. Then comes there was a symposium, and from the symposium, all the rishis and munis on the earth, they assembled in one place in Himalayas, and they sent Maharshi Bharadwaja, because Maharshi Bharadwaja was having the capacity of going in person to the Sarga, to the Indra, and also coming back from it. So they selected him and sent him to the Indra, to the Indra Sabha, and there he learned the encoded form. All the Ayurvedic knowledge was in coded form, and he learned it within short period and came back to the earth, and then he propagated it to all other rishis. Likewise, Lord Dhanvantari, it is considered as an incarnation of Vishnu, and that the Dhanvantari Devodas also was an avatar of Vishnu. So Vishnu was the brother of Indra. So from that, he learned, and he actually propagated and given this knowledge to the Sushruta and all other surgical Maharshis. So like that, the two schools, they got the knowledge from the Devatas, and then that is the knowledge is flourishing on the earth. Next. So here we can see that the number of, I have just shown one reference, but as many as we come across in Charaka Samhita and Shushruta Samhita, about 300 to 400 Maharshis, different names and different identities. So here we can see that Angira, Jamadagni, Vasistha, Kashyapa, Bhrigu, you can see all these personalities and all these names we also come across in Mahabharata and in Upanishads and in many other ancient scriptures like Shanakya, Augustya, Narada, Agastya, Vishwamitra, Shaunaka. All these Maharshis were also, along with Agnivesha and along with Atreya, they learned and they propagated Ayurveda.